What are some ways that you connect with schools, families, and communities? You talked about it taking a few years to get that going.
Well, the first thing I did before we actually started our programs, I went out into the communities and talked to the families within the community and found out that a lot of the families were very interested in seeing a program like a after-school program or a summer program, something that's going to involve the youth, that's keeping them from being idle, when they get in from school. Certainly the majority of the families I talked with was definitely looking forward to seeing something start. And so initially when I collectively talked with the families and felt their heart and their concern and some of the interest that they wanted to see, certainly we wanted to implement some things to get things started. Once I did that, I went to the Board of Education and I talked with them about our organization, what we're about, and see if we can get some direction and who to, for us with the school system, because I knew the kids in our area goes to Silverdale Elementary School, Hunters Creek Middle School, and Wild Oak High School. So certainly I wanted to do the proper things, is go to the Board of Education, which I did, and let them open the doors for me to be able to communicate with the school system. And I took those proper steps and that worked out well. Silverdale Elementary School has been a good help in supporting us with a lot of the kids that come here. Majority of our kids that do come here are from Silverdale Elementary. We do have some Hunters Creek Middle School kids that come, but more so elementary than we do middle school. We have a few high school students that come, but they kind of help us out, volunteer type. So, but that's good. That's good. It's a lot of things that I practice doing on a daily basis, because when you go out and you share with the schools and you share with local businesses, and when you share with other agencies that are supporting agencies like we are, it makes a big difference when people see your passion, see your drive, and they know that you're serious about what you're doing. It seems like someone is there to help,
Right.
And we've gotten that help. Recently, we was able to receive funding from one of the local businesses in Onslow County. We was in need of computers. The Boys and Girls Club, we had computers, but they wasn't upgraded.
Right.
So it costs money, as an organization starting out with an after-school program. We was limited with funds. We wanted new computers, and it was like, well, we kind of limited with what we have. We had a few laptops, but when you got 17, 18 kids, 3 laptops is not enough. It's not enough. So the computers that we did have, I went to Coastal Community College, partnered with them, talked to them about what we do. Certainly one of the human resources there, said, hey, we're going to connect you with people that can help you out, because students that go to the college wants to get experience in the field that they may be going, want to work in for its education. So it worked out great. They sent the professor out, the students out, upgraded our computers that was in the back with new software, and then at the same time we received some funding from a business in Jacksonville, ABA Properties, gave us like $7,500. Say, hey, I heard you needed some computers. Wow. So we purchased 10 laptops.
Wow, that's great.
10 laptops. We already had 3, and plus the computers, we have 9 desktops that we had upgraded. So we got computers now.
That's great.
It's amazing, when you just you get out here and you talk about what you love, you talk about your passion, and people be sensitive and want to support and meet those needs. I think we all realize that in order for our future, our kids' future to be better, we got to invest into our children. We got to pave the way for them to lead in time. So.
That's right. Well, how well do you feel like you've met your goals or are meeting them?
Well, we've came a long ways. We've came a long ways. I've been in part of this organization for 3 years. They've tried this, it didn't last. Each time they tried to do something for the youth, it didn't last, you know, and that was the letdown that a lot of the families in the community had. You know, it seemed like anytime we start something, it never works, you know, and it, you know, the people lost confidence. So, and I realized that, and that was something I did not want to happen, you know. I say, you know, I don't want this to happen, you know, whatever we start, we got to start to finish. And I made up my mind, whether it's one person or whether it's 50, we're going to continue every day doing what we need to do to make this be a success. So I say that we came a long ways, but when you're looking for all that you know that's out there for your children is never enough. You know, I'm never satisfied. Even though we may reach a goal, I'm not satisfied because I know it's more. And
that leads me right into my next question. As you reflect upon the programs that you offer here, is there a program that you would like to revise or one that you'd like to implement for the first time?
I would love to. I mean, within our programs, we have materials that we have in place that we work with our kids with. One of the things I like to bring in people to come in, you know, like our partnership with Sylvan Learning Center. They are very resourceful, and they have a lot of programs that they can bring in and help with our kids. So I'm looking to find ways that we can bring in our partners and they contribute in those areas of education that we at this time don't have in place, but the resources are there. So we're finding ways now. Certainly funding is a big thing with any program that you put it on. If you don't have the funding, you can't put on those programs. That's one of the challenges that we've had for 3 years. What funding we do get, it's not enough to put on the type of programs you want to put on.
Right.
But you can put on some programs. Mentoring program is, to me, is one of the most important things that these children here needs, because they need to be mentored. They need to have someone that they feel that loves them, that feels like they can be encouraged. We can talk with them, and we can, you know, we don't allow them to just get away with anything. You know, we put responsibility on them, and they like that. You know, certainly children are children, but when they see that you care, when they see that you're serious, and you know, they know that there's a reward behind it when they do the things that they were been asked to do, it's worth it. You know, and they realize that. So. The programs that I would like to see more of is dealing with finances. We want to teach our kids about how to handle money. In the school system, you get what a dollar looks like, what a dime looks like, what's a penny. You know how to do your adding and subtracting to a degree. Right. But finances is one of the things that the school system don't really touch. Not just in all grade levels, but really none of them really touches that. And when children graduate, they don't really know how to handle money, and you find them in debt at an early age, not disciplined, and these are things that, you know, they fall prey to. We fell prey to it and found ourselves in a lot of debt, not knowing a lot about what's out there financially, so we make unwise decisions. Right. So that's a program that I would love to see, not just in an after-school program, But certainly in the school system, that would be a program that I believe that would be a benefit for these children's education. Another program that I would love to do more of, and that is reading, because our kids don't like to read, and that's a challenge when you're trying to get them to read. And when you see some of the needs that the children have, and some of them needs, you know, some attention a little bit more times than the other, but it all boils down to them not really, you know, lack of reading, not having comprehension, and we found that to be very, very challenging for the kids. So reading, that program is something I would want to be able to do a lot more in as well.
All right, well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time and everything I'm learning about the Boys and Girls Club. And if you wouldn't mind giving me a little tour, I'd appreciate
Sure.
that too.